What a start to earnings season. It has been a rocky start, especially for some of those tech stocks. So I've decided to go to a resource I've used for many years, earningswhisper.com, whispers with an S, and see what they have to say. And it inspired me to do a sort of rundown of what's coming in the week ahead. And we'll try it for a week, and if you guys like it, I'll keep going. So I can see here that Amazon, AMD, Meta, Microsoft, and Apple are all reporting in the week ahead. So I'm going to start by giving you individual breakdowns on each stock. And what I think is very interesting is that the Earnings Whisper site has this earnings sentiment breakdown. So it's showing you the interest. So the size of the box shows the interest in those earnings. And then the color of the box shows the expectation. So I'll kind of take a play between the two, but I think we can all agree that Microsoft is definitely one of the big contenders, and it's coming up early next week on Tuesday. So let's go take a look at the charts of Microsoft. Now, if you're new here, I'm Hema Reddy, and I use price action, those candlesticks, market timing, that's forecasting, and momentum, the speed of the market, using my RSI Power Zones indicator and more to boost my trading and that of my tribes. In fact, if you're seeing this video around the time I'm making it, you really got to check out my speed workshop training if you haven't yet, and learn more about how to use this indicator. It's one of the favorite tools of our traders. So looking at this monthly chart of Microsoft, you can see that there's been a healthy run up since November of 2022. Obviously, the monthly candle is not complete, so we will not address it as such, but we can see that it has been a weak month so far. Now, how far down might it go? At this juncture, I think that it's probably going to stay limited to that 408.70 before there's a pause. That doesn't guarantee that that's support or price will hold. That's just my first area that also mirrors last month's low at 408.92. So that 408 to 409 is a really important support level on the higher time frame. Okay, so I'm going to mark it in pink here, and now we're going to go down to a weekly time frame. So on the weekly chart, here is the breakdown of the Microsoft action, and here there has been sort of a disconnect between the price action and the momentum since coming in on this July 5th weekly high, all right? So each of these is 1 week of price action. So right after the July 4th holiday, peaked out and been coming down. The interesting thing is that the price action is coming back towards areas of support, as I delineated on the monthly at 408.92, and the speed of the market, okay? So how I look at momentum, which is a basket of indicators, I mean, there's probably 50 to 100 of them, is I specifically take one classic one, the RSI, but I apply these zones. And guys, it's not just about trading between the red and green or the green and red, so that's why I provide education and training on it. But it is very insightful to see that we're coming back towards the green support zone after peaking near the bull resistance zone, the green upper zone. So this tells me there's hope yet for Microsoft to find a footing. Of course, the results of earnings may change that up or influence it a bit. But let's go ahead and look at what other support's coming in here. All right, 400.52 is a level that I want to demark. And how I'm determining these levels is something I teach through my various systems. If I tried to teach and give you this video now, we'd be here for 2 hours. But I want you to be able to at least see my techniques come to life ahead of the earnings and then see for yourself how useful they are, okay? Now, don't go trading this without your education and training. Just take it as education on its own right now and follow it and learn from it. So here we go, 452. Okay, now on the flip side, we have resistance that I'm seeing at 455.66 and 457.01. So if I was getting ready to make a trade on Microsoft, these are the levels I would pull from the monthly and weekly charts. Now, whether you're a day trader or swing trader, it's actually really good to go to those higher time frames first and then dial down, okay? It gives you a lot of insight. All right, now let's get to a daily time frame. Okay, so I took that weekly chart, changed it down to daily. Notice that I don't have to keep changing the parameters of my speed indicator, which is really great. It works across any time frame. It doesn't work on tick charts though, okay? So just use it on a time frame chart, like candles that are built based on fixed periods, 1 week, 1 day, 1 month, 60 minutes, 5 minutes, etc. So where are we now? Well, I see a couple things that could be helpful. Now, these are in the realm of market timing, forecasting. So I'm going to do my forecasts on a pause screen and be back with the results. All right, here we have it. So there's a forecast, okay, an expectation of price to reach a certain level at a certain time that is calling for weakness into August 6th, which is a Tuesday, and into the price 412.04. So the intersection of these light purple lines is the resulting forecast. How I come up with the forecast I teach in my loss forecasting trading system. Now, the cool thing is that, as you can see, that area, that magnet pulling price down and to the right, is also close to some key support levels. In fact, these were the ones from the higher time frames, right? So I'm going to thicken them up a little bit. This is a pro tip if you want to look at your charts and kind of know what's from a higher time frame, what's from a lower one. I recommend using different weights of lines. So now I know, okay, those were from the weekly and daily, and now I can come in, I'll just go ahead and replicate one of these, thin it down, and then I can use that to mark off some of the important daily levels that I'm seeing. And again, I'm just talking about what's close to the current action. There's going to be support and resistance, obviously, as the earnings unfold and the market perhaps gaps or does anything like that. But where we are right now, here's the closest support and resistance. And once I finish marking them, I'll talk through what my expectation is and wrap us up. All right. So the way Microsoft's moving now between price action, the speed, momentum, and the forecast, while beneath this 432 old bottom, I see a likelihood that we continue down towards that 412.04 by August 6th. Now, it could get there early, it could get there later, it could go past it in price, it could stay above it. The beauty of the way I teach forecasting is that you can understand how to interpret the missed forecast, the not exact forecast, through the system I teach it in. So with this being a magnet pulling, this 412 to 409, 408 zone, I think is the important support, okay? And I think it's on a way that it could continue down there. Now, if it instead recovers higher, because I don't have a crystal ball, it may move the other direction, then the 432 barrier is the first one that would need to be exceeded before getting back into this important resistance area of 443.10 to 445.66, all right? So that's what I'd be watching for coming into the earnings release for Microsoft, which is Tuesday, July 30th, scheduled for that day. So keep that in mind. Remember, earnings announcements can create big moves in markets, so you have to be careful. I'm just here giving you some guidance from what I'm seeing in the charts using my tools that work for me and others in my tribe. So if you're finding value in this video, please go ahead and give it a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and better yet, please post a comment down below. Again, I said that because the earnings season started off crazy, I'm gonna try to do one of these a day, even on the weekend, all right, to keep us ahead of the crowd this earnings season. And I'll only do that if I get feedback from you that it's actually helping. So definitely drop a comment down below. Let me know a golden nugget takeaway you had, and I'll catch you next time.